Hey good noodles! It's time again for another Baby Survivor's Guide episode. Are you kind of new to Dead by Daylight and you're finding it a little overwhelming? I'm here to help. If you want more info than just what's in this video, I also have a video about totems and a video about the blood web. If you want to go check those out, I'll link them in the description below and up here in this little up here area. Today, I'm going to make kind of a fast-paced video going over all of the strange terms that you might hear while you're playing this game, and hopefully shed some light as to what they exactly mean. Let's get into it. If you want to see some Baby Survivor gameplay in action, go check me out on Twitch. I'm live 5 days a week. It's the best place to see it. Just like any video game, there's quite a lot of jargon in Dead by Daylight that you might not understand the first few times you hear it. I'm going to try to go over most of these terms for you in this video to kind of clear things up a bit. First off, SWIF. SWIF stands for Survive with Friends. It's a game mode you can play that lets you play Survivor with your friends. Pretty standard stuff. SWIF basically consists of at least 2 or more players that are playing together and usually are communicating in a voice chat. A lot of killer mains think that SWIFs have the upper hand, but it hasn't always been my experience.
Oh my god, get over here, you stupid bitch! Do not block me! Get out of the way, Dwight!
Mike doesn't run adrenaline!
I'm running strippers to get ahead of you.
Good job! Good job! Next is farming. There are 2 forms of this. The first is when the killer wants to just farm points instead of playing the game like normal. It's super boring, so my advice is just to get the gens done and get out. The more regular use of the term farming is when you unhook your fellow survivors right in front of the killer. Do not do this, please. Unless you have the perk Borrowed Time equipped, it's almost never a good idea to unhook someone right in front of the killer. I'll go more into this in a future video. Meg Heads. It's basically the Dead by Daylight equivalent of the word noob. A lot of people play Meg starting off because she's got good beginner perks. Sprint Burst and Adrenaline are especially good. It doesn't mean all Megs are bad players, but when you see a Meg making a rookie mistake, you usually call her a Meg head. Camping. No, not the fun stuff where you got a tent and s'mores and a campfire. Although there is a campfire in Dead by Daylight. Camping is where the killer hangs around a hooked person and doesn't leave. There's a few versions of this. Proxy camping is kind of where they'll move around the area of the hooked person but not actually leave. And face camping is when they just stand directly in front of the hook and don't move at all. There are a few ways to play around this, but I'll go more in depth into that in a future video as well. Next is tunneling. Tunneling is another thing that killers do. It refers to when a killer will go right after the person who is just unhooked and hook them again and again until they're dead. It's not the most fun to play against a killer that's tunneling you, but if you're a new player, it makes more sense that you get targeted. Basically, the killer will see you as a weak link and will use that to their advantage, especially if you're playing with higher ranked friends who are quite a bit better at running the killer than you are. Body blocking. This can mean a few things in Dead by Daylight, but mostly it's used to describe survivors blocking the killer, so he has to hit a fully healed survivor instead of any injured one. This is a great thing to do, especially if you are all trying to escape out of the exit gates. It can also be used to describe a type of griefing where you block another survivor from being able to move. This type of griefing is bannable, so don't do it. Next up are Moris. A Mori is an offering a killer can bring. It allows them to murder you after you've been hooked. You can keep an eye out for these if you see a killer's offering not flip over in the offering screen. It is most likely a Mori. There are 3 different types of Moris. Yellow allows the killer to Mori the last survivor left in the match. Green allows them to kill one person after they've been hooked once. And the red one lets them kill every survivor after they've been hooked once. If you know a killer is running a Mori, the best you can do is to try to get the gens done and get out as quickly as possible. Also, this makes it super important that you don't unhook with the killer nearby, since he can just knock the survivor right right back down and then kill them immediately. I hope this gives you some insight into the jargon used in Dead by Daylight. Some of the things that I covered today I will be going over in much further detail in future videos, so keep an eye out for those. If you liked this video, please subscribe to my YouTube so that I know I need to keep making these and that you enjoyed them. Also, check out the other videos in the series. I have a whole playlist for them. Until next time, we'll see you in the fog. Bye! Close enough?
Yeah.
Oh!